time I had a chance to fight.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Starblast Studios coming here with a brand new figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashi Nation's Shfiguarts Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Now, I know I'm a little bit late on this actual review in particular, but I really wanted to make the stop motion for this review really good because there's just that scene from the film where Goku started warming up and things like that. To me, was one of the coolest things, and I did end up getting the United States release of this figure rather than the Japanese version because I just wanted to get with this figure. The point of it is that it's supposed to be a more cheap and affordable figure. I definitely got a good deal on it due to the special price that they put on this thing. So without any further ado, let's get right into the box. So I really like the way that they have the Goku, displayed right there. You got the side of the box. It is exactly how they do the Figuarts boxes, and there's the bottom of the box and there's the top. And that's it for the box. It's the regular Super Saiyan Blue Goku box. So without any further ado, let's actually get this figure open because it's already been opened and messed around with for the stop motion. So let's just get right into the figure. Alright, we now have the Super Saiyan Blue Goku figure out of the box, and I gotta say that Tamashi Nations did a really good job handling the detail on this figure. Now, one of the things I would like to get out of the way at the start of this review is compare this to the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku. Now, as this figure has been out for a while, I'm sure you guys have already know all about this thing, but comparing this thing to the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku, well, other than the fact that I changed out the belt, so don't worry about that, is that that people presumed initially on the first releasing of this is that it would actually have the exact same sculpt, but as you can see right here with the way that this is sculpted, it actually looks like they took the sculpt of this upper portion right here from the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But other than that, looking into the detail of this Goku, I really love the amount of shading that they put on this actual figure. Now, honestly, with the way that I have the light set up, you can see that there's a little bit of glare. Let me try turning off the lights right here real quick. It might, honestly, might be a little bit too dark when doing so. But without the lights, I think the shading is, you can see on this Goku, that they put on there, I think was handled really well on this figure. It definitely makes the figure pop out a little bit more. If you look at the back, now you can honestly understand where they put the shading, because you look at the front, oh, it's shaded, it looks natural. Right here on the back, oh, never mind. It honestly is this kind of shading that I love, that gives off the detail without screaming that it is shading, and that's the kind of shading that I think is perfect on Dragon Ball Figuarts. It's just not too much, and it's like the perfect amount that blends in with the figure, that I think is really done well on this Super Saiyan Blue Goku figure. Now, starting off with the detail, you can tell that the hair is the exact same that was from the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black figure. I think they did a really good job with the actual color of the hair. the way that they painted it, the way that it is used, I really am enjoying it. Though in my opinion, this should have been the time where they could have gone and used a whatchamacallit, a new sculpt. I feel like they could have done a newer an updated sculpt of this Goku. Now, they wouldn't have had to do anything crazy. I just think they should have taken this front piece and kind of resculpted it just so it's a little bit more accurate, and Goku has that kind of hairpiece that he has, that hairpiece that he has in the Dragon Ball Super and the, Dragon Ball Super Broly and whatnot. See, it's the hairpiece that they left out is actually one that is on this base from Goku, and it's this piece right here. This is like one piece of hair that when he transforms into the Super Saiyan state, that actually stays on, and it did not actually come out with the sculpt. And this was a problem with the release of the Goku Black, but it wasn't really anything that bothered people. I think they were just more so happy that, oh my god, they made Goku Black. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. When honestly, like, the sculpt is great. It's just not as accurate as I feel like it could be. Honestly though, I don't think anything like that should bother you. You should let it slide. However, it is something that I will bring up that can be better on the figure. However, also playing the devil's advocate, this figure is a lot cheaper and more affordable for average collectors to go and get, so it probably would have raised the price for them to go and resculpt the hair. Anyways, looking at the bag, you can see that they have the exact same kanji that's on the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku. Honestly, I'm really loving the colors that they used on this thing, like a more tamed out kind of colors for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I really do appreciate that, because it's more attention to detail of the Broly movie. And looking at the belt, looking at the sculpt, it is exactly the same, so you're not really looking at anything more that's new. But one of the things that I also really like that they did was they made the boots on this thing a much darker shade of black. Now, one of the things I'm not going to do in this video is go over the articulation, because I feel like everyone already knows exactly how this Goku articulates. If you guys want to see a video that goes over the articulation, you're basically looking at this exact same review of the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku. It's all exactly the same, other than one small exception. Earlier when I got this figure, I don't know if it was because it was really hot on that day when I left the figure out, but when I raised this leg up, you can kind of see right there's a little bit of a scab, and that's because the plastic right here got caught alongside that piece right there. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see what's going on when I try to push it up. It kind of scraped along right there and warped the plastic out of place right there a little bit. And then since it was hot, I just kind of pushed it back, and it's been pretty good. But you can kind of see like the small scuff that is left behind right there from that small little incident that I had with the Goku. But other than that, if you guys have watched my channel and watched the reviews that I do, you know that one of the things I love doing with these figures is changing out the heads and doing all sorts of different little interchangeabilities with these kinds of figures. So let's do that right now. Starting off with the base form head on the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku. The base form head on that original Goku looks really nice on this body. I actually think I like the Goku head on this body a lot more than how it came out on the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku. I'm just absolutely in love with this head swap. Now, next head swap we have right now is the Super Saiyan God Goku head, and honestly, because of the background that I have, I feel like it's making it look a lot more badass and dramatic than it actually is. But in all actuality, I think it is my favorite head swap on this Goku as of right now. Even though the body, one of the problems with the head swap is Goku's arms are not as skinny as they really should. But who cares? Who cares? I'm having fun with this. This thing looks great. If the arms are a little bit more buff than they should be, that's honestly such a minute detail. It does not bother me at all. Next head swap. I don't know what it is about the Super Saiyan head on this Goku body, but I feel like it makes this form just look a lot more unique and classic, and it's literally just a head swap with this thing. This looks so fire, and I don't know, it looks fire, and there's no reason that it looks fire in particular. Just small little color changes just make the overall aesthetics of the figure with all the colors and things like that just look so much nicer. I love the Super Saiyan head sculpt on here, and let's see what else we can do. I'm so excited. And up until this point, the Demonical Fit Super Saiyan Blue Goku head has been my official use for the Goku head. Now, where I feel like this thing was really good for its time, I think the new Super Saiyan Blue Goku head is a lot better, and I'm gonna start using that from now on in my stop motions. But I do appreciate just how well this Goku head looks on here, but it is a little bit outdated, and I'm totally fine with the new one that we got. Next head. Here is the Goku with the Demonical Fit Ultra Instinct Omen head. Honestly, I think it look a little bit better, but I kind of like the way that it is going off for what the head is supposed to be for. Here's the Goku with the Mastered Ultra Instinct head, and oh man, I really love the transition, the way that the colors look with this thing. You know, Mastered Ultra Instinct does not have to be battle damaged in order for him to look cool. He looks really nice with this body on. So continuing on with the next head. And the last head I'm going to be putting on this body is the Ultra Instinct Goku head from Jesse. Thank you so much, Jesse. And, you know, I really do like the way that it looks. And that'll be the last head swap. And now, if you think we're done, oh no. We're going to swap out bodies now. Let's do this. Here is the Super Saiyan Blue Goku head on the Saiyan Rays on Earth body. Now, I really like the transition of colors on here too, although honestly, it is weird seeing this thing like being a little bit smaller on this body now, when like considering that you have this one right here. So, though it is a little bit wonky, I definitely think it works. Here's the Super Saiyan Blue Goku head on the Super Saiyan God body. Now, I definitely think that people are gonna love this head swap with the colors and the blue and the yellow and things like that. It really does work on this body fairly decently, so I'm definitely good with it. Here is the Super Saiyan Blue Goku now on the Awakening Goku body. You already know I had to switch out the faces to make Goku look a lot more dramatic on this figure, bro. I really love the way that he looks on this battle damage body. It really does work. You know, everything is like the same from the initial figure. You know, the feet, the shoelaces around the feet are a little bit different, but you know, that's such a minute detail. And anyway, last body. Now here is Goku on the custom battle damaged Goku body, thanks to Jesse. Again, thank you, Jesse. I really do love the way that the blue Goku head looks. I am saying the exact same thing for every body swap. I'm sorry, but I'm just these are my first impressions of this thing, and I just don't know what to say. I'm honestly really impressed with the way that these head swaps are going. It's just the reason why I love doing these head swaps, man. They look really good on all of these different bodies, and all of the maneuverability that you do on these things look fantastic on Figuarts. And it's one of the things, especially with Goku figures, that I just have the most fun doing. It's really fun to do. It makes the figures it makes you feel like you have a whole new figure that you didn't even know that you had. So as for the accessories, the Goku does come with a pair of fists, which should come on any figure that you buy from Goku figures. He does come with some posed martial arts hands. He does come with an instant transmission hand. He does come with some Kamehameha hands. And one thing that the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku did not have that they decided to put on this one is some open palm blast hands, which I'm glad that they went and gave this Goku some hands, since they didn't do so with the Saiyan Rays on Earth. You know, it goes to show that they're still trying to give us some accessories for the value that you get with the Goku figure. Now, one of the things that I think I've been leaving off for a little bit is the faces. Now, I don't know what is going on with the neutral face on this Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but I think it's because the reason why, to me, it just looks really wonky. And the reason why I think that is simply due to the fact that they repainted this face from the Goku Black face, and you know, it's more so meant to match Goku Black, and it doesn't really look as good as all of the other faces do with the Goku. Now, for the smirking face, I actually think it works fairly nicely. It actually matches the Shintani style that you saw in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. The teeth gritted face, though, I think could use a little bit of work. I don't know what's going on with this face. I can't exactly explain it, but something about it looks weird. Now, as for the screaming face, I think this is actually totally resculpted and not taken from anything. I'm actually fairly impressed by it. I think the intention with this face was to make it look like how Goku was in that poster when he was screaming right next to Vegeta for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. And where I think it does work, I think it would have been a lot nicer to kind of have Goku in have a more like expressive screaming face as he powers up. Other than that, these faces are really good. I just wish some of them could have been a little bit better. But other than that, that's about it for the accessories. So, as for my final thoughts on this Goku figure, this Super Saiyan Blue Goku figure is absolutely worth your time and money. They managed to bring in a lot of the things into this Goku that feels like a combination of all the good and a little bit of the bad of all the Gokus. If you ask me, this thing is just absolutely fantastic. Definitely a 10 out of 10 figure. Pick it up for sure, guys. You definitely don't want to miss out on this release. I think it's absolutely essential, especially because there's so many other figures that you're going to need the Super Saiyan Blue Goku to go with, and the head sculpt and whatnot is definitely going to be a necessity when posing this Goku, when posing with other figures. The blue head is definitely worth it. It's definitely a lot better compared to the revival of F head. And honestly, those are my final thoughts, guys. Go ahead and sub to the channel if you are new. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the comments section. Until then.